Hello everyone, welcome to Liberal Tarot. I'm Sherry, and I am a blue dot living in a red state, utilizing my skill as a tarot reader to navigate these rather interesting times in the United States, to say the least. So thank you for joining me, and today's reading, what I want to focus on is the health of the resistance. So last week I did a video on the health of our democracy. This week I want to do the health of the resistance. So I'm sure you've all seen those videos coming out of the Bernie Sanders and Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez rallies that they've been doing in red state, swing states and very red districts. 34,000 in Denver. So yeah, that was a lot. I was thinking about that. I went to, I went to a rock concert, and was like, okay, that amphitheater held 11,000. So that would be like three of those, or and some. So that was like, oh my gosh. So when you start thinking about that crowd size, start thinking about it in that context, it's like, oh, that was a lot of people. So yeah, let's see. I kind of just want to see, where does it go from here, and that health of our of the resistance. So I'm assuming that if you're joining me, you are part of the resistance. So good job. Okay. The health of the resistance. As always, this is for entertainment purposes only. And we're looking at the resistance in the United States. The health of that. Like, where are we going? Okay. The health of the resistance. And what we have at the heart of this is the Nine of Pentacles. This card it reminds me very much of the Empress card in tarot. This is caring, nurturing. This is nines are getting, like, we're almost getting what we are, like we're almost there. We're definitely growing. This is a really strong card. Pentacles isn't just money. It's that idea of security. It's that idea. I don't want to say it's not just what money can buy, but I'm getting that feeling of it's just that safety and security of our nation. And, like, I'm also seeing like national identity. Who are we as a country? And now I'm focusing on the resistance here. A plan moving forward. Well, it's about time. I think that this is really what a lot of constituents have been wanting to see, is a plan. This is the message. Wands are messages. This 3 is looking out into the future. This is, what is it that you want? Forming those. It's more than just forming the ideas. It's getting ready to move into action. Okay. And we're seeing that with that rally that the AOC and Bernie Sanders did. So that's what we're seeing here. We're seeing a growing movement, and the messaging is starting to coalesce. King of Swords. That's an interesting one coming up. Kings, someone in a position of power. Swords is someone taking action. I wouldn't normally see Bernie Sanders as this person. So let's keep going and see who this is. But this is somebody who is definitely ready to take charge of the resistance and move it forward, continuing to help it grow. And once again, it's not just the messaging, but it's the actions that we're going to take with that. And it's something of value. We have a country worth fighting for. Okay, this new idea, this new messaging, this new action, this is, who are we? And, are we going to fight for this country? Are we going to fight for our democracy rather than just sit back and watch it, descend into whatever the hell it is that Musk and Trump have in mind? Okay, so these are two really strong cards. Somebody taking decisive action, offering something of value, a message of value about how we're going forward into the future here. Page of Cups. I always say this is my yes card. This is also a card of just starting out. Think of childlike enthusiasm. So the page here is, it started as it started small. It started very unorganized. And I think this rally tour that AOC and Bernie are doing is really helping to coalesce that movement. It's giving a voice to that movement. It's helping us move from this page into a king, into somebody who's really ready to take those reins. And the Queen of Wands. This very well could be Bernie and AOC, because this is a woman messaging, caring, nurturing. The sun card, I always see, the sun comes out. This is someone who brings light to, whatever cause that they're speaking about. So yeah, I was not expecting to see these cards come up like this. I'm surprised. I would have expected maybe Bernie Sanders to be more like the Knight of Pentacles, or maybe the Knight of Cups, because he's very caring, he's very passionate about what about his messaging. But these are people that are like, this is like a steel spine, very much so. Like, this is what we need to do. This is the message. There is no two ways about it. And this is someone who supports that message. And yeah, this is a very good pairing. And we saw that with, 34,000 people in Denver. That says something. That says a lot. So let me see here what else we've got. I'm curious about this Three of Wands. Like, where is this Three of Wands here is what was kind of coming up here in the heart of this growing movement. And I want to know, like, looking out into the future, where is it that we go from here? This message of value, this message of going out into the future, where does this go from here? Where does the resistance go from here? Okay. And while I'm shuffling, this is just a really great time for you to just go ahead and like and subscribe. That way you get notifications on when I post a new video. I try to post new videos every day, so you can get those notifications. So here we go. The future of the resistance. What is this? Where do we go from here? Justice card. And the Queen of Pentacles. Surely they're not going to try. Okay, I'm just going to focus on the resistance. But this is one of justice. This is one of, we have a just cause. This is, we're standing up for our country. I always see queens can very much be the countries. This is, who. I'm seeing Pentacles more as like our identity. It's not just the money. It's that, who are we as a nation? And we're fighting for this. This Justice card also says the courts have also been very much on the side of the law. I don't want to say the side of the resistance, because the resistance and the courts are on the same side. They're on the side of the Constitution and our laws. Okay, so we are partners in this, going towards the same cause, which is upholding our Constitution. Something coming to an end. Let's see what this is. And people rising up. People definitely, this is the Judgment card. That's what this, people rising up, passing judgment. I'm going to put more cards on that probably. This toxic environment, that toxic masculinity, that toxic Christianity that they like to tout, that is some toxic, twisted version of what masculinity and Christianity is supposed to be. And so with these two together, it's like, I almost wonder if this isn't the courts, because I get the Justice card. The courts put a stop to this, because this is coming in, and this is like the wall it's hitting. It's hitting the courts saying no, and this toxicity is hitting the people saying no. And as I said, you got the center here of the courts and our country upholding, our Constitution. And this is a pretty solid wall of, no, you shall not pass. All I need now is the Two of Swords. No, it's not the Two of Swords. This is a card, I would have laughed though. This is a card of going within and finding, shining the light into, finding, in the positive, it's like finding that righteous cause, that righteous path, finding the truth and following that path of truth. So this is what's on the other side of this. So that's real interesting, the way I'm just looking at kind of how the cards physically came up here. In the center of this, we have the courts and our country. And I was asking, where does the resistance go? It's growing. We definitely have strong messengers of Bernie Sanders and AOC and that tour that they've done. And I was asking, like, where does it go from here? Where does the resistance go from here? And what you get is the courts are upholding the Constitution. Okay, that's the very center of this. Coming in is all just that Musk, Trump, Vance toxicity. Just we all know how that feels. We all know just the yuck that is. And the wall, I mean, this is a strong, solid wall of you shall not pass. The courts put a stop to it, and the people rise up. And then this was the card of a righteous cause. Okay. So, yeah, this is really, America, United States has got some, reckoning to do here. It's like, we've got some things we got to get sorted out here. We've got to find our way again. We have to find our path again. So, yeah, that's what's really coming up here with this. I got something in my eye. Hold on. Okay. So, yeah, that's so like what is the I just want to ask one more thing. What is the ultimate outcome of this of the resistance? And if you didn't hit subscribe before or like, here's your other chance. You got another chance. Go ahead and hit like and subscribe. I really do appreciate it. And if you have comments, go ahead and drop those in now too. So just one last round of cards here. What is the final outcome? Or what is it that we need to know here of the resistance? And with that, coming together. That's what this is. Two sides coming together in a message of, hopefully hope and peace. The people prevail. I constantly get this as the people prevailing over the orange beast. We got some shit to go through, though. That's what's coming in. Okay? So as wonderful as this center is of, we're going to find our way, we got to go through this. And, it's harsh. There's just no way around it. This is a harsh card. Okay. And this really is kind of what we're feeling right now. The disappointment. But what I like about this Five of Cups is while there's disappointment, not all is lost. Okay. So, after this card, just think of if this card is, what we've lost, this, then just think of this is what we have coming up next. Okay. Going through the disappointment, this is a harsh card, but there's hope. Okay. And Ace of Swords, the courts, making decisions, taking action. And this is one of feeling left out in the cold, feeling like battle weary. It's another 5, going through these changes, going through these times. It's just a very trying time for, for the federal employees. I can't even imagine what you guys are going through right now. But, people on Social Security, I mean, just everyone, the people that benefit from U.S. aid, just everything. This is, we're battle weary. And I think they're hoping that we give up. And so where we are right now is the heart of this. I want to come back to the heart of this is the people will prevail. Okay. However, we got some stuff that we're going through. Really just the courts are going to hold. So expect more of the courts. Just expect more of that. So yeah, and right now we're really in this. We're in the fives. Fives, not okay. I will say, I was gonna say fives are not. They're not real strong cards. I mean, it's conflict. It's that wanting change, wanting things like not wanting to stay where you're at. The Tower card is saying, oh yeah, you're gonna get moved out of this place real quick. So I guess that's almost a hopeful card of let's just rip this Band-Aid off. Let's let the courts make some decisions and let's move on with our country. Okay, that's kind of almost the feeling I get here with this. So. I'm trying to get this camera back up and it's hard to reach. Okay. With what I'm seeing with my hair is in my face. Okay. With the state of the resistance is strong and it's growing. Okay. The courts are going to hold. We are definitely in that 5 energy right now, which is just, it's such a harsh energy. And then you add the Tower card on top of that, and that's just even more so. Okay. But if we, this really is, if we stick together, the courts and the resistance are on the side of the Constitution and the law. So just keeping that in mind, and that we will prevail. And it's almost coming up like this Tower card is telling me this is like ripping a Band-Aid off. So there may be a big something that really causes the people to really, as I said here earlier, we had that wall of, the Ten of Swords and I'm trying to find these. We had these cards. I just kind of want to go back to these. This is the toxicity of everything that they're doing, and this is the wall that they meet. They're met with the wall from the courts and the judgment of the people. Okay, so let's keep this in mind, but we also need to be aware that this it's going to be, yeah, it's almost like that Tower card. It gives me the feeling of the shit's getting real. So hang in there. Take care of yourself. Self-care, very important. This is a marathon, not a sprint. So yeah, hang in there. Thank you for joining me. Be sure to subscribe and check out some of my other videos, and I will catch you on the next video. Have a great day.